Good day, my name is Nomsile Dombela, and I will be uncovering how we can use constructivism under the UNESCO in which we can embrace it within the transport and logistics sector. Right, so constructivism is an approach to learning that emphasizes active learning, experiential learning, and knowledge production. In this paper, I will investigate its relevance to the field of transportation and logistics education. Now, modern technology must be included into TVET lectures in order to improve student learning and get them ready for the demands of the dynamic transport and logistics sector. For a number of reasons, constructivism is an appealing learning structure within the TVET, the technical and vocational education and training domain of logistics. Firstly, the field of logistics is dynamic and applied. Now, it requires the ability to make difficult decisions, solve problems, and adjust to constantly changing circumstances. Constructivism aligns well within this context as it emphasizes active learning, where students construct the understanding of concepts through hands-on experiences, interactions within the environment, and collaboration with peers. Now, within the field of logistics, students frequently have to put their academic understanding to use in managing transportation networks, organizing warehouse operations, and optimizing supply chains. Now, constructivism encourages students to engage directly with these challenges, enabling them to develop practical skills and problem-solving abilities that are directly applicable to their future careers. Right. Furthermore, the logistics industry is rapidly evolving, driven by technological advancements, international trades, changes in consumer behavior, and global economic trends. Constructivism fosters a mindset of lifelong learning, where students are encouraged to adapt to new developments, seek out information, and continuously improve their skills. By embracing constructivism, TVET educators can empower students to become proactive learners who are equipped to thrive in the ever-changing landscape of logistics. Now, constructivism encourages critical thinking, interdisciplinary learning, active involvement, and adaptation, which is advantageous for students studying logistics in the TVET sectors. Educators are able to create engaging learning experiences that equip students for success in the logistics business and in a world that is changing quickly by implementing constructivist methods. Now, if we are to look deeper than the prescribed readings, further explanation of constructivism has revealed several key insights. Constructivism places a strong emphasis on the value of experiential learning, in which students actively participate in real-world projects and then reflect on their learning. This could include role-playing, case studies, field trips to transport hubs, and practical tasks like route design in the context of teaching transport and logistics. Now, the approach emphasizes how important teamwork and social interaction are to learning. Through peer-to-peer learning, group discussions, and cooperative projects, students can build knowledge collaboratively, exchange perspectives, and gain knowledge from one another's experience. In the subject of transport and logistics education, where effective teamwork and communication are crucial for career success, this constructivist feature can be helpful, especially. Now, constructivism emphasizes how crucial it is to give students assistance in scaffolding while they build their comprehension to difficult areas. As TVET instructors, we may provide direction, criticism, and materials to assist students in overcoming difficult subjects and developing solid conceptual models of the fundamentals of transportation and logistics. Now, described below would be a few ways in which you can develop the students to gain an understanding of their curriculum and be constructive as their lecturers in their learning career. We can gain an understanding of the students' knowledge by a few forms of assessments, being both formal and informal assessments, which take place at regular intervals or by providing feedback along the way to improve students' performances. A few assignment tasks can be designed as follows. So task 1 could be a simulation-based learning where you create a learning exercise that uses simulation to put students in a real-world logistics situation, to create an engaging and interactive learning environment, make use of technology such as virtual reality, simulation software, and interactive web platforms. Give a brief description of the activity's learning objectives, scenario, and evaluation standards. Then if you look at task 2, assignment 2, would be a case study analysis, where we select a real world case study that relates to logistics and transportation, such as a difficult logistic crisis or an effective supply chain optimization project. Give students the task of analyzing the case study, highlighting important problems, coming up with fixes, and talking about how it will affect the sector. Students should be encouraged to analyze the case study and provide useful recommendations by applying the theoretical concepts they have learned in class. If we were to move on to the third task, it would be like collaborative projects. Now, here it is best to group pupils into groups to work in a project that addresses a trend or present issue in the logistics and transportation sector. Examples might be creating a crisis management strategy for a logistics company, optimizing last mile delivery tactics for an e-commerce business, or creating a sustainable transportation plan for a community. Establish standards or for project deliveries, deadlines, and peer review to promote effective teamwork and responsibility. And then the last task would be like a 100-word reflective journal. Now, we would make it mandatory for students to keep a reflective diary during the semester in which they can record their experiences learning, the new perspectives, and difficult challenges they have faced. Students should be encouraged to consider how constructivism has impacted the way they study and solve problems in the field of transportation and logistics, which can contribute to their year-end mark. Now, once these assessments have been collected throughout, then the lecturers can come together and undergo analysis of results, where the students' work is reviewed thoroughly to check where they are lacking and what can be done to improve the students. After that, it is best advised to go through interim analysis, which will also be commonly known as eye analysis, whereby the actual scope of the work is analyzed. The questions that were set out within the papers were reasonable to accommodate all the learners and pinpoints the common questions where the students failed to apply their knowledge. After fact-finding what seems... So if we are to move on, and after fact-finding what seems to be the problem, the lecturers then come together and come up with intervention strategies, and whereby we investigate how we can make the curriculum content more manageable and make the whole overall school life much more bearable. Then lastly, when all these intervention strategies have been reviewed, a plan of action can then be formed for those students that are lacking behind as some sort of remedial intervention, whereby we pay extra attention to those few students and offer extra lessons and extra support for them, just to ensure that they are on par with the rest of the students. Now, and just in concluding, in the field of logistics and transportation education, we can establish a dynamic and captivating learning environment that gives students the know-how, abilities, and attitude they need to succeed by embracing constructivism and utilizing technology. Through case studies, group projects, simulation-based learning, and reflective practice, students will gain a deeper comprehension of the material and grow into flexible and creative professionals. Thank you.